Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 2nd of October 2018. You may be thinking, hey, didn't he release the news yesterday? Yes, but there's still a lot of news to discover. I'm going to be wearing, for this news, the fez of good predictions, because I made a good prediction the other day. Let's roll the VT. Yes, well, what does 24 hours bring you? Well, quite a bit. There's some stuff that I'm going to be referring to as something old, something new, something borrowed, and something blue. And it ain't a friggin' wedding. And even I am sporting this lovely Swedish chef t-shirt. And you might be thinking, hey, where's that from? It's from the Muppets, you know, because he goes like, Florgen, Brogen, Schnorgen, Lorgen, Bora, 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 which, funny enough, is a range of cutlery at IKEA. I joke, it's not. Our first story delves us into the rewards for the next update or next event, because we've had the update, but the event goes live, as we know, on Wednesday at 6 PM GMT time. That's for me, but obviously different time frames do vary. Now, I will hopefully be live streaming. If not, I may be live streaming later on in the evening, and that's because I want to do a few videos around the new character releases and some of the newer content that's been put in. The main thing to really say is that we have this little thing here, this kind of symbiote difficulty to kind of talk about. There are some good stuff within this, and the biggest worry, and it's like, okay, what's the catch? That's really what a lot of the community are saying. Is this new difficulty going to be a little bit too much? Is it going to be more focused on people that are going to be spending? Are these symbiotes that just hit our accounts now, these 1-stars, are they going to be super powerful to a degree that they can withstand a barrage of pain and onslaught? I'm hoping they are, and this is one of these events that's going to be similar to the Gwenpool thing. So I didn't really get into uncanny danger rooms last month and kind of running up to today. I actually found them quite boring. I'm not really into dungeons at the moment, and I'm really chomping at the bit for some fresh original content, and I am hoping that this is indeed that original content. Whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comment section below. Do you feel that this month the new event is going to be really good and a big difference, and this stuff here is going to be a nice little kind of community based feel that anybody and everybody can get into doing this? Or is it going to be very much like a them and us type scenario where you've got to have a little bit of resource like units in order to get through stuff? Oh, and the other thing to really mention, a lot of players have said about this, is we've got here 17th of October. You know, what's the deal with that? Like, I know we've got to wait a little while to do it, but yeah, bit annoying that we've got to wait, because a lot of players do want to get this grinded out quickly. Next up, and I thought this was pretty funny, because I was like thinking it myself. So over the weekend, and as you know from the crystal opening, I got a mega red. So I was like, hey, that's cool. I really want to advance him further. And we had level up on. So I was like, oh man, they've got to put out a Mutant Advancement event. And well, you know, weekend rolled around, nothing came about. And I was thinking to myself, hey, when was the last time we had a Mutant Advancement event on the solo quest? And nothing. And then I saw this post and was like, yeah, I'm totally with this. Where's been the last Mutant Advancement event? I've not seen one for a long ass time. And funny enough, what happened yesterday? We got a Mutant Advancement event. So yeah, this post sprung up, and then the particular person even said, yeah, okay, so we got it in the end. So he'll take it. Next up, and let's stick with the theme of Alliance War. So as you might know, over the last few days, there was been a big ban wave, and that has had a ripple effect within the community. Largely with people that are feeling that these top alliances that are now dropping down into their particular bracket are now affecting their Alliance Wars sort of progression, trying to get through, trying to get more points, because they're facing off against opponents that they feel really should be in higher alliances, higher rated war placements than down where they are. And I don't know where you really come and draw the line with this. I personally feel that it is unfortunate, but Kabam don't really have a rollout that is successful to, number one, punish, and number two, stop it affecting other people, because a lot of people are feeling that they are being punished as well. It is annoying that you do face off against these type of alliances, and our alliance has actually faced off against one ourselves. We did lose it, not by like a huge amount, but still it was a loss nonetheless, and it was a bit disappointing to see, but at the same time that is to be expected. One of the best things that I can ever give advice-wise if you're really hung up with something you're frustrated about in-game is adapt and move on. Easier said than done. I mean, there has been a lot of things, and still to this day, that affect me and frustrate me with the concept of Kabam. There's always things that they do that they'll never change, and I'll never change from being angry or frustrated about, and you'll see that from time to time in videos. So yeah, it's a bit hypocritical. But the thing is, if you want to get through with this game, you have to take the rough with the smooth. That's why 1 month is always quite good, and the next month that follows is usually quite bad. One final point to make about this is that Alliance War Seasons is one of the most touchiest subjects on the forum and in general. When it seems like there's a big conspiracy, there's a big frustration, there's a cheating thing, and at the same time, the rewards, the length of time, the placement side of things, the synergies. There are so many things on the forum that is all about Alliance Wars, and most of the time it's not great to have one specific game mode so important for players. Should it really be the most important thing in the game? It's another question for the comments section. Do you think that Alliance Wars has become one of the most dependable things to do? That is the most required thing to do. I think that's the main thing. And just sticking with the subject of Alliance Wars Seasons, it's annoying to see stuff like this and scenarios like this where, say, 27 to 29 people are affected by one person or a few other people kind of piloting or doing something or logging in from another account. Either way, I think that when Kabam did that thing, remember that hotfix? And I mentioned about this in Marvel Contest of Champions news midweek last week, that Kabam were up to something. I reckon, obviously, and I did say it, I reckon that was what they were doing. They were looking at that. But at the same time, does that affect scenarios like this? I don't know, but I'd like to think that Kabam have now launched something that's able to be a little bit more fairer to the community. Next up, and there's an opinion poll. We love polls. Dzień dobry. Shout out to Polish people watching if they got that. Obviously, the last time I pulled that same joke, I should really get more original in my content and my comedy. In any case, we got a poll here for people that, you know, are kind of like, oh, Christmas is coming around. What do we get for Christmas? Like, yeah, don't ask. Like, this is if you want to take part in this poll, I always like when these things come about. But when you say like, what would you like for Christmas from Kabam? It's like, oh, it's just a wash. It's like it's totally uneven with things. So. Maybe it should have been what deals. Somebody in, and I open this to you now. Run a poll, and we'll run it on Marvel Contest of Champions news. I probably don't have time to run this poll, but run a poll. What deals you'd like to see, either for a Christmas deal or a New Year's deal? What deals would you like to see this Christmas? And we'll kind of vote for it. But Black Friday is coming up, so that could be another poll if anybody wants to run it on the forum. What would you like from Black Friday from those deals? Oh man, I've got to save up money for that. Crap. Next story, we're on to Marvel Insider. What is? Nothing's changed with Marvel Insider. I think they're really getting ready for New York Comic Con, and the need to put something up, not there. I think we'll probably see something mid-month, like this month, mid-October, but it's just been very quiet. This actually runs to mid-October, kind of like halfway through, like 14th, I think it is, of October. So, yeah. Nothing going with Marvel Insider, but it's been there for a while. Next up, New York Comic Con is upon us. 2018 New York Comic Con is set to be, I reckon, a big announcement time. I think things are going to be announced. This guy here, has really kind of thrown a lot of people because we thought we were getting 2 characters for the month of October, and it looked like it was like, oh, okay, so that means that's going to be Venom the Dark, and it's going to be this character here, which we're still kind of a bit unsure whether or not it's an Elder, whether or not it's going to be a type of Captain Marvel or Marvel, and we're like, okay, interesting, but it looks like this will probably be something to do with either Act 6, in my opinion, that is my own opinion, so other people may vary with their opinion, and also either a new Legends type event. I really don't think they're going to launch Act 6, but again, could be wrong on it. I think it's more of a Legends type event, or like Elders Challenge, Elders a Legend of Elders, or something like that, or sounds like wrong. In any case, whatever. It may even be Act 6, and then be like the Elders are going to factor into it, which would be good because that's the next evolution stage that they could probably make for the game in a tangible storyline. However, though, they've got well, the daughter, hasn't it, of The collector has now been reformed as a kind of a crystal entity, which is kind of odd because now we've just had Emma Frost being put into the game. Whatever, I'm not dissing Kabam on their stories. It's just quite easy to continue on that story. Whether or not she's an end boss and she's corrupted by crystalline, blah 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 blah. You know, you can make it up as you go along and probably make a more tangible or linking story. But any case, whatever. It'd be good to see what this champion is. And it's probably going to be announced at New York Comic Con. And if you want to grab yourself some swag, then get on over to the link in the description and it'll tell you how to do certain things with codes and putting stuff on social media, which is kind of cool. And you can get a temporary tattoo. So you can put it on your face and pretend to be Post Malone and be trendy and hip until it washes off and then you're just you, aren't you? And our final story is predictions. And yes, the next arena, because we have got Agent Venom and we've got Proxima at midnight. You don't want to see her after midnight. But what do I think were the cutoffs for this? Agent Venom and a 5-star. This is going to be very difficult to pinpoint. But if I was a betting man, I would go for anything around 22 mil. It's a bit more than normal. But I feel that that will be the kind of cutoff point for that champion. He's not fantastic, but I think some players may want to push him a bit more. And 22 mil would probably safely get him, but he could even drop around about 18 mil. Then we've got the 4-star version, and that is going to be a real, easy 5.5 to 6 mil for that champion as a 4-star. There's not much going for him. And Proxima Midnight, however, I think she's going to go close to anything around 3.2 mil. And that's just going with Luke Cage. Luke Cage was kind of an odd thing because I think the results for that were around about 2 mil for that champion, which is a bit higher than I thought he would go. But I'm pretty Proxima Midnight's a pretty new champion. So yeah, 3 mil, 3.2. If you even want to push it to 3.5 to be safe, that's what I'm probably going to do myself as I make a real strong return to playing the game a lot more. So that's been your Fez edition of Marvel Contest of Champions news. It's kind of odd to run 2 news in a row, like consecutively on Monday and on Tuesday. I'm actually making content in the background that I'm going to be then pushing out next week because I'm off on holiday next week. So yeah, how this works is that I go to work in the morning, I then finish work, I then come home, I eat, I relax for a little while, then I come into here, I then make one video which sees me up to about 9-10 o'clock, I then make another video and then go to bed at around about midnight and then wake it up and do everything again because that's my life now. Daytime work is a bit more stressful, but I'll explain that in another video. In any case, thank you very much for bearing with me and listening to this weary heart and this weary head tell you tales of woe. And if you enjoyed this Marvel Contest of Champions news, then hit the like button as well as hit the subscribe button for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content. I've been RichTheMan and social links are in the description below. That's the social media links, not social links. It's getting a bit late now. Catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.